All right, so in this video, I'm gonna cover Matplotlib library, the exercise 3 and 4. Okay, so all right, so here's exercise 3, Matplot in the Matplot library. Okay, so first one we import this library, pandas and Matplot library pyplot, and the NumPy. Okay, and then don't forget to enter Matplot inline. Okay, to get the fancy rendering of the plot graph. So, all right. So when we create the data, okay. So for the test scores, okay, first name, last name, age, and female, and then the 0 means it's not female. Okay, so 1 means a female. So the pre-test score and then post-test score. So step 3. So create a scatter plot, a pre-test score and the post-test score. So with the size of each point determined by age. So, all right. So as you can see that here, I want to plot the graph like this: pre-test score versus, pre-test score versus the post-test score. So I think it's a typo, right? So let's see. Now, okay. So now what we're going to do? First one we use this PLT. Okay, that's the pie plot, right? And then we scatter. Then DF, and then pre-test score, right? Pre-test score, comma, and then DF. So it's kind of the pre-test score. The what? The first argument. What? The there must be the what? The x values, and then second, the argument must be a y value, kind of. Okay. So DF and then post-test score. Then the size is going to be determined by DF and then age. Oops, it's age, right? Okay. We need to, but see the here hint, don't forget to place a label. So let me put label, okay? So PLT and then title. It's going to be what? Pre-test score versus what? Let's see. The post-test score, okay? And then PLT X label. X label is pre-test score, right? And then PLT by label post-test score. So we got this. All right. So now, let's see. Okay, so as you can see that pre-test score. Now next on step 4, they create a scatter plot of pre-test score and the post-test score. This time the size should be 4.5 times the post-test score and the color determined by sex. Okay, so now let's see PLT. I mean, so here this, in step 3, this scatter plot doesn't give us the information about the female, a male and female information, right? So to add that information, we use the color. Okay. So now let's see, and then so the two, people, to get more clear visually, to clearly visualize the data. So we want to increase the size of the point. Okay. So now we're gonna do this. The PLT scatter. Okay. Pretty much similar to the command of what we did in step 3. Let's see. Scatter. Okay. And then DF. The pre-test score. And then DF dot post score, and the S is determined by what? DF, and the post test score. Okay. So now and then, let's see, times 4.5. And the color is determined by what? Color is determined by DF and the female. Okay. All right. So, and then let me copy the title and label. Should be same. So we got this. So now, let me see. Now, so we got it. So let's see. The size of the point, a dot. I mean, dot is determined by the post-test score, right? Okay. So definitely, then what? The upper circle. I mean, the point should have be bigger size than the lower the circle. I mean, lower point, right? And then 3 yellow point means what? So you see in the, let me see here. So in this wiki data frame, we can see that Molly and Tina and Amy, okay, 3 people are female. So we got 3 yellow points, or what? They give us information of the post-test score of 3 female, right? And then we have 2 male test score, post-test score. Okay, so that was the exercise 3. Okay, so let me give me a second. I'll pull up the exercise 4. All right, so now here, what are you gonna do? So we'll see. Okay, so all right. So by the way, this exercise was created based on the tutorial and documentation from Seaborn. Okay, the data set being used is tips from Seaborn. So we import data from Seaborn, the class. Okay, so first we're gonna import the pandas and pipeline and Seaborn. Okay, and then set Seaborn style to white. To do that, we enter that command sns.set style white. And then, yeah, print the graph in notebook. I mean, to get more fancy and then render more fine rendering the graph in notebook. We enter that command. Okay. So now and then assign it to a variable called tips. Yep. So tips at PD. Okay. So now, right, we call it. Okay. So that file it should be in the Blackboard. Okay, just download it. Now you see that unnamed first column is label is unnamed. Okay, and total bill, tip, and sex, and then smoker, and the day, and the time, and size. See, so delete the unnamed 0 column. Yeah, so I don't know what it is, but anyway, so I think this one, the first column, is nothing but just index, right? So we're gonna delete it. So we're gonna do with delete, right? DEL. Remember that? TI tips. Okay, and unnamed. Oops, not this one. Unnamed. Delete. Now we see the tips that head. Yeah, so we just get rid of the first column whose label is unnamed 0. And plot the total bill column histogram. Yep. So now you see that here, not only just histogram, you see this is called the density curve. Okay. So I want to plot the density curve too. So we'll see. First of all, to create the histogram, and we do this. We're gonna use, let me see. Okay, so I want to use the command in a C1 class. Okay, so see first one TTBIL. Okay, total bill. Okay, this is equal to SNS dot and then DIS plot, display plot actually. Okay, discrete plot. Sorry, and then TIPS dot total bill. Total bill. Yeah. Okay. So then they automatically divide the classes and they count the frequency belong to each classes, and then we get the histogram. Okay, that will generate histogram. So now next one, set label entirely. Yeah, the total bill dot set. Okay, x label. Give me a second. Set x is equal to value, and the y label is equal to frequency. And then title is what you see here, total bill, right? Okay, so title is equal to, right? Now, let's see, SNS dot. Now take out the right and upper borders. Okay, SNS dot, and then DESPINE. Okay, despine. Okay. Now then, you see that the seaborn in a the command is in a seaborn give more advanced and then fancy uh, the the graph than the command in pipeline, right? So I didn't actually, you see, I didn't what there's no command to draw that density curve, but we got it, right? So C1 give us more advanced graph visualization. So now step 6, look at this. Create a scatter plot presenting the relationship between the total bill and tip. Okay, so this is really fancy, right? So here's scatter plot, and then do you see the histogram right there? So this is a histogram about the total bill, and then you see along the vertical line, you see another histogram. That's the histogram for tip. Okay, so I mean, look at this. So you see that here, if total bill, definitely if the total bill is increased, then tip is gonna be increased too, right? Okay, so there is a proportional relation between total bill and tip, right? So I think correlation must be approximately 1. We can say that, but the most of the data is what the around the lower what the amount of the total bill and the low amount of tip right here. So it so you know I mean the for example waiters will barely get a higher tip. That means what in the customer, I mean the customer barely just order the expensive menu. Okay, so now see, plot the total bill column is, I mean, step 6, create a scatter plot presenting relationship between total bill and tip. Let's do that. So now let's see, first one. Okay, so see, we use joint plot. Okay, it's really, the good thing is about the seaborn is joint plot is the command is really simple. Okay, so x is equal to total bill, the y is equal to tip. Okay. Then data is equal to tips. Give me a second. It should be total bill. Now you see that here, it's a little bit different, right? But that all depends on the version, Python version, and then the C-run version of C-run, and the Matplot, and then the depends on that. Okay, but anyway, we got it right. Now next one, step 7, create one image with a relationship of total bill tip size. Yeah, so what it is, we want to figure out the correlation the between variables, among variables, okay, among column labels, okay. So as you can see here, let's see, total view and size, total view tip. You see the tip and total view, you get the scatter plot is around the linear. So the there is, I mean, there is the correlation relationship, right? Okay. So and then tip and total view also, yeah. Okay. And then I don't think there is the proportion relationship between size and total view, because it's not linear. You see the scatter plot. Okay, so from these figures, we can figure out which pairs of variable has the proportion relationship, or inverse proportion relationship. Okay, instead in using the statistical terms, we can say which pairs of which pairs of the labels have the value of correlation is close to 1 or -1. Okay, so now let me do this. Okay, it's just simple. This one was just simple. Just say SNS dot and then pair and then plot. Okay, the tips. It's really simple, right? Okay, so now right here. Okay, so now next one. So present the relationship between the days and total bill value. Okay, now, so see, this is also, you see, SNS dot straight plot. Okay, and the x that is equal to day, and then y is equal to, I know just actually this is exercise for not Matplotlib, but actually Seaborn, right? Because yeah, bill and data equal to tips. Because we want to figure out the relationship between days and total bill. So x first argument must be I mean, give me a second. The first argument right there, this one, day. See, this one must be which one? The column label of this, the day. Right? See that here? Okay. So that is this is not just label. Okay. This is not the X label. That day is from the column label in the data frame tips. Okay. Same as this total bill doesn't mean the Y label. No. That is the column, one of the column label, what we want to plot in the data frame tips. Okay, so we call the column whose label is day and the total bill from that tips. Okay, same goes here in a step 7, step 6, total bill and then tip. These two guys are not the X label, Y label. No, these two guys from the column labels in the data frame tips. Keep in mind this. Okay, so now and then here data tips, and see the error is true. Okay, so we enter right there. Now you see that here, then what? Yeah, we as we expected, and definitely what total bill is higher than I mean on Sunday, Saturday total bill is higher than the weekday, right? That makes sense. Okay, but interesting is I thought the Friday has more total bill on Friday is great than the total bill on Thursday, but Thursday is great than total the Friday, but this weird. But anyway, step 9: to create a scatter plot with the day as y-axis and tip as the x-axis. So pretty much we're gonna know what the interchange and total bill and day in graph in step 8, right? So now, and then what? Differ the dots by 6. Okay, let's do this. So SNS is one, and then stripe plot. The x must be what? now not day, but total bill, right? A tip, right? Sorry, tip. And the y-axis must represent the day, okay? Okay, and then hue, that is equal to. This is how we separate the data by the column, data in a column, okay? And then data that is equal to tips, okay? And then 0, which is true. Let's see, the should be date, right? Okay. Now you see that here. So here we can see that male male just give more tips, right? I mean, the more tips than a female. We can see that, right? Not just Saturday, but actually Sunday and Thursday, and then even Friday. So slightly, you see that male give a little bit, more tips than female. Okay, but Saturday, you see, we just concretely we can say that male give more tips. The female higher, tips than female. Now, step 10, create a box plot. Box plot, right? Presenting the total bill per day, differentiation, the time, okay? Dinner or lunch. Okay, so now what dinner, how can it separate dinner or lunch? You see that time, dinner. This is the data type of time is what it's kind of categorical data, okay? So dinner or time. So let me see what we're gonna do. We do SNX and the box plot. Oh, then X equal to day, right? And then Y, we put total bill. GUE is equal to time. And then let's see, from data is from the tips. Oh, tips. Okay, then we got this. So now see, give me a second. Let's see. Yeah, Sunday, Saturday. I see there is no information, but the lunch, right? And then, but Thursday. Give me a sec. Thursday, there is no information about dinner, right? And the Friday has information about dinner and lunch both. Okay. All right. So and then was in the box plot we can see that what the minimum, maximum, and median, right? And the first quartile and the third quartile, right? So here in the Sunday, the median of total bill is $20. Right? The Saturday median is $20. See that? And then you see that these are actually outliers. Okay, this can be considered outlier right there. So and then you see, you can see that. So you can see that here Sunday, what the total bill, see the median total bill is higher than the median, of the total bill in other days, right? Okay, so that yeah, so it means that people just order the little bit more expensive menu on Sunday. See that? Okay, so now create let's see. Oh, excuse me. So now step 11, create two histograms of the tip value based on dinner and lunch. They must be side by side. Yeah, so we just drew a multiple histogram side by side, right? Then okay, first one, we wanna get better sequence style, so we call this set and style. They are a different style. You can just search it, okay? Then now we create the face, facet grid. So G is equal to, and then SNS, that set. What is it, CT? FASTA grid that give us the XY plane. Okay, I mean, in this case, horizontal and vertical axis. Okay, keep in mind this. So in the tips, the column gonna be time. All right. So when you this one give us the this command by entering this command, we're gonna get the multiple the horizontal axis and the vertical axis. Okay, and that all depends on the the column time, but in a column the label the time has only two data value, right? Dinner and lunch. So then we can expect that, okay, so we're gonna have two what the original and vertical axis. Okay, so now on this one, the G in the map plt, okay, and the histogram. So now we use the histogram, the command in pyplot, and then tips. Okay, so what if we just don't enter that command? Oops, command. Let's see what happened. Yeah, we're gonna get it, right? But if you do this, I don't think it's any difference, but it should be more. Give me a second. Yeah, then you see the difference. So, yeah, I think there's no difference. Yeah, I think there's no differences out here. Okay, but yeah, so you don't have to the enter that command. So okay. All right, now next one. Yeah. So what about g dot map? Okay, so that means a map the histogram. Okay, it's the plt dot histogram into the FASTA grid. Okay, I mean the those two XY plane. Okay. Now step 2, 12. Create two scatter plot graph, one for male and another for female, and presenting the total bill value and tip relationship, and then differing by smoker or no smoker. So yeah, let me check it if data has information about the smoker or not. Yeah, see the smoker here? So yes or no. So this is categorical data, right? Then let's see. Okay. Then what we do first one, since we to get the two, multiple the graph side by side, we use what? Degrees, right? And then tip, and then column is equal to x, and q is equal to smoker. Okay. So now then, okay. So in the sex we have two data, right? Female, male. So we're gonna have two XY planes. Okay, and the hue is equal to, we set smoker for hue. That means so that we're gonna have two different color of dots in scatter plot. Okay, now G in the map PLT scatter. Okay, and then total bill and a tip, and then alpha is equal. This is set to transparency, right? 0.7, 0.5, it doesn't matter. And G, and then add legend. Okay. So that's all. That's for the Matplot library and Seaborn exercise. Okay. So that's for today. Then next time I'll cover the Matplot library exercise 5, and then the now what else? I think it's done, right? So I'm gonna start the keep lecture of the machine learning. Okay. It's okay. That's for today.